Hello everybody, thanks for coming out. I apologize, we live in Canada, which is pretty English, so we don't have, neither one of us are bilingual, so we'll have to go with the English. I'm the executive director of We the Parents, and some of you may know we started with an email I sent in February when fentanyl started hitting all of our kids in the suburbs and taking lives. And I'm pretty disappointed that also that the mayor couldn't come out here. We have I invited Karen McCrimmon, our local MP. She's here. I talked to Lisa McLeod. She sent her regrets because she had a prior engagement, or else she would have come. But unfortunately, I guess our mayor's too busy up in his office. So we'll just have to speak with you guys and do it without the mayor. But I'm agreeing with what Newell says. I've seen very little action from the mayor or from our province. This overdose problem, I think, as you guys out here are all aware, and I think you've all probably lost friends and relatives, has been going on for many years. And it's been a crisis that has been growing in our country. And the difference that happened, I guess, and that got us involved, and Rob Boyd invited me to speak here, is it's dropped down into our children. And I personally know of in the last 8.5 months of 7 minors, children in our community that have died. And these aren't street kids, these are kids in the suburbs. These are kids that middle upper class families, parents that work in the government, one's a vice president of a high-tech firm. These are just regular kids, and when our government can't step up and start trying to save our children, how are they going to ever possibly worry about old farts like me and you? Our freaking kids are dying. Okay? It's like, this poison that has infiltrated the older generation's drugs for a number of years, with opioids growing in strength and with fentanyl coming on, well, now that's infected the minors, the kids in Canada, the kids in the P in Orleans, the kids that we all know of, that lots of us were, that smoked dope behind the malls and stuff. Those kids are dying. I mean, Canada had a 14-year-old girl and a 14-year-old boy die in the last 9 months, let alone a few 17-year-olds, a 16-year-old. It's time that the government steps up with some action, and like having the injection sites and everything is good. We need harm reduction. It's very necessary. But we also need treatment. You can't have one without the other. If you're going to spend money on all this, which is necessary, you've got to also offer the kids and the people treatment. Health Canada, our government, us, agrees that this is a chronic disease, yet they give our kids no treatment. I have my daughter Paige here, who struggled with opioid use disorder and substance use disorder, and the treatment for every little bit of help I get for her, I got to fight and scrape and beg for it. I have my 14-year-old daughter. She suffers from diabetes type 1. She gets world-class care at CHEO. World-class. It's like unbelievable. But my older daughter has been the one closer to death. My younger daughter, who also has a chronic disease, gets care I couldn't ask for more. If her blood sugar was too high, we have to send in reports. CHEO would phone us and say, get your daughter to the hospital. If I said, well, wait a second, I'm kind of busy for the next 10 days or some 2 months, I'll get her there then, the hospital would be calling CHEO and sending freaking people to arrest me and take my kid away. But my other daughter is sick, and they say to me, well, Sean, come back in 2 weeks, come back in a month. It's just not right, and it's time that, us in the middle class start working with you people to change this country and get it on. Because if we can't save our children, who are we going to save? What to say about Canada? They tell us that we get voted the best country to live in the world, yet in the capital city of supposedly the best country in the world, our children are dying, and the government is not doing anything to help us save